So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. In today's class, we are going to discuss a very important topic, and that is the 12 schedules of the Indian Constitution. So we'll discuss in detail because I know a lot of people have confusion regarding it, and that is why I have decided to discuss this class. So if I'm audible, visible, everything is fine, please write yes in the comments so that we can begin our class. So we will discuss all those 12 schedules in detail. Okay. And whatever is important, you will get an idea. And I think that would be enough for any of your exam. So let us begin. Am I audible, visible? Everything is fine. Is everything clear? Awaaz aa rahi hai? I think everything is fine. The slide is also visible, I'm sure. If yes, then please write yes in the comments. Yes. Okay. So let us begin with some questions. I'll ask some questions and then I'll discuss theory. So I will discuss this class with the help of question and answer theory, like that. Okay. So and then we'll actually discuss. So the first question is, how many schedules are there in the Indian Constitution originally? So when I'm saying originally, means I'm talking about 26 January 1950. What is the right answer? 8, 5, 9, 12. Please tell me what is the right answer. Yes, pro gaming, very good. You're right. The right answer is originally we had 8 schedules, and over a period of time, 4 schedules got added, and now we are having total 12 schedules, okay, of the Indian Constitution. So A is the right answer to this question. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, how many articles are there, were there in the Indian Constitution originally again? So when the Constitution was fully implemented on 26 January 1950, how many articles were there? हाँ, इससे पहले का A answer था. Yes, Priyanshi and Pro Gaming, you both were right. Please tell me originally how many articles were there? I'm expecting everyone to answer. Yes, Priyanshi, Goel, very good. Anyone else? सबको try कीजिए. You all should try. Yes, Pro Gaming, you are also right. 395 articles were there originally, and now we are having almost 448, 450 के आसपास article है. ठीक है, currently. Yes, Riya Nayak, you are also right. C is the right answer to this question. Now, the next question is, how many parts were there in the Indian Constitution originally? (18, 22, 25, 17). Originally, how many parts were there? Yes, good evening. Priyanshi, Goel, Dharini, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Yes. So originally 22 parts were there. Now we are having 25 parts. Hai na? So B is the right answer. Yes, Priyanshi, Goel, Pro Gaming, you all are right. हाँ, आप लोगों ने सही जवाब दिया. So originally we had 395 article, 22 parts and 8 schedule. Currently we are having 448 or almost around 450 के आसपास याद रख सकते हो. 25 parts and 12 schedules. Today we are concerned about this. है ना? आज हम लोग इस पर डिस्कशन करेंगे. We will be discussing about schedules of the Indian Constitution, but we have given you a basic idea about the parts, articles, etc. and all. ठीक है? Yes, that is what you should know. Now the question is, what is actually the schedules of the Indian Constitution? So this is nothing but explanation or detailed explanation of any article, an article of the Indian Constitution. So some of the articles require detailed description about it. So for that, there is a separate schedules. There are schedules, 12 schedules to explain those articles or to give a background of that. Okay. So that is why the idea of schedules are, and I'll show you in the entire class. You will understand it why the schedules were brought. Okay. So over a period of time, I mean, in the next half an hour or 40 minutes, you will be able to understand that why the concept of schedule was brought. So schedules are actually additional details, clarification and streamlining the constitution. Basically, articles को बहुत bulky नहीं किया सकता है ना? So there are some basic things are written. Some of the articles actually require detailed explanation. So for that, we have actually made a separate. So the constitution makers have made something separately called as schedules of the Indian Constitution. So basically, you should know that all the parts, 25 parts, are part of constitution. Similarly, all schedules are also part of constitution. And I hope you are aware, even preamble is also a part of constitution. There were a lot of debates in the Supreme Court regarding whether preamble is a part of constitution or not. But currently the Supreme Court's position is that preamble is also a part of the Indian Constitution. ये सब पता होना चाहिए, पूछते हैं एग्जाम में. whether preamble is a part of constitution, yes or no, something like that. Okay, so you should know. So all these are actually part of the Indian Constitution. So in today's class, we will discuss the 12 schedules of the Indian Constitution. Let us begin. नहीं वो अलग से, it is not a part, it is not within that 25 parts, they are separate. मैंने बताया ना, we are having 25 parts. ठीक है, उसके अलग से schedules है. There are 12 schedules and there is preamble. Okay, all three are part of Constitution. 25 parts में कुछ some articles are there that needs explanation or detailed explanation. So for that we have separately 12 schedules. ठीक है. Okay, you will understand it. You keep on watching it and you will understand. So let us begin with the first schedule of the Indian Constitution. And I have told you that I will discuss it with the help of question and answer. So let us begin with the first question. The first schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about what? Allocation of seats in Lok Sabha, name of states in union territories in India, allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha, oath of important constitution post holders. What is the right answer? So keep on answering it, and with the help of that, we will discuss. And schedules are very important. I hope you are aware. Yes, Dharani, Riya Nayak, Priyanshi Goyal, you are all right. The right answer is yes, Pro Gaming, you're also right. Name of states and union territories. So B is the right answer to this question. Now, the question, yes, Hari, you are also right. The next question that comes to our mind is how many states and union territories are there in India? ये अभी पूछा था CLAT में, if I'm not wrong, CLAT 2025 में they asked this question. And before this class, before the exam happened, I had discussed this question many times in the class on the YouTube sessions. And that is why I want you all to answer it. How many states and union territories are there? Yes, very good. Priyanshi, Pro Gaming, Ashnur Kaur, Riya Nayak, you all are right. The right answer is 28 states and 8 union territories. So total 36 ho gaya, है ना? Units, you can say, sub units. So B is the right answer to this question. So this, you should remember it. This is very, very important. Okay. And if you want to know which are the 28 states, so here it is in front of you. I have put the states and capital also. And you can pause the video and watch it. ठीक है, आप देख सकते हो किसकी कौन कौन सी कैपिटल. I hope you should be knowing it. मैं बताता हूँ कहाँ कहाँ पे लोग भूलते हैं. ये people forget here. So when there are northeastern states, इसके capitals generally लोग भूलते हैं. So northeastern states के capital generally people forget. So you should remember it, है ना? And that is what I am just talking about. Okay? Yes. Now we are having 8 union territory, Andaman Nicobar, Dadra and देखो ये वाला merge हो गया है. These two were earlier, before December 2019, these two were separate union territory, but now they both have been merged. ठीक है? बाकी Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, actually in August 2019 they became a union territory. Earlier they were states. ठीक है? All these descriptions are mentioned in first schedule. ठीक है? तो ये सारा first schedule में mention है. देखो यहाँ लिखा भी है. If you read it carefully, here is written Article 1 and 4. So Article 1 and 4 talks about these things. है ना? और उसका detail explanation यहाँ है. So you can see that they're talking about that Andhra Pradesh है. इसके बारे में detail लिखा है कि कब Andhra Pradesh, when Andhra Pradesh became a separate actually state. So then they're talking about Assam. Similarly, they talk about the state of Bihar. ठीक है? So then state of Gujarat. So it was carved out of from Bombay Presidency in 1960. I hope you are aware that Gujarat was part of Bombay Presidency, and Bombay and Maharashtra and Gujarat got divided in 1960. So if you read first schedule, they have पूरा detail explanation दे रखा है. ठीक है? So you can read it. Then you can read about the state of Tamil Nadu when it became a state or something like that. है ना? Maharashtra के बारे में है ना? वही Bombay Reorganization Act, a separate Maharashtra state was created. Gujarat was carved out. There is Karnataka, Odisha. I'm not saying that you are supposed to read each and everything. जैसे पंजाब के बारे में it's very famous Pepsu. Yes. Yes, Dharini, that is what we will discuss. Just wait for 2 minutes. That is my question also. That is why I'm not answering your question. But yes, your question is very good, actually. So basically, there was Pepsu. Punjab, pehle Punjab, Haryana, and some parts of Himachal were considered as Pepsu. And Patiala, East Punjab, kuch karke tha, something. So later on, it became actually a separate state and all. And so Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and Jammu and Kashmir. Now, ये तो भी states में दिखा रहा है because ये old है. This is the old first schedule. Like we have brought changes, but ये पुराना है. So just have an idea. This is given the state category, but now it is in should be in union territory category. फिर देखो नागालैंड कब स्टेट बना 62 के लॉ के बाद, हरियाणा 1966 पंजाब रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट के बाद, है ना? हिमाचल प्रदेश also carved out from Pepsu. देखो लिखा ना पंजाब रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट. Then we have Manipur कब बना स्टेट, त्रिपुरा, मेघालय. So these things in detail. देखो Sikkim became in 1975 after 36 amendment it became a state. है ना? मिजोरम कब बना, अरुणाचल, गोवा, छत्तीसगढ़, झारखंड. Now we are having union territories, Delhi, Andaman and Nicobar, and these are the union territories. अब देखो ये दोनों merge हो गया. I've told you these two have got merged, and now we are having two more union territory, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. ये old है, so this is actually an old data of first schedule. That is why it is not showing. Now the thing is, of course, now the question is, the procedure for creation of new state is mentioned in which article? Now why I'm asking this question? Because when you create a new state, you have to amend Schedule 1. Yes or no? This was asked recently by Dharini. Very good. Your question was right. So for example, in 2013 around, we made Telangana state. So we have to insert this in first schedule. Yes, Article 3. Very good. Pro Gaming, Piyush, Priyanshi, Dharini, Namo, you all are right. Okay. So when you are creating, in fact, on 5th August 2019, when the Union Territory was created, of course, we have to amend first schedule. We have to bring change in that. And that is done by Article 3 of the Indian Constitution, formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries or names of existing states. तो लिखा है आप एरिया का स्टेट बना सकते हो, नाम बना सकते हो, you can split two states, you can change the name, you can change the states, you can alter the boundaries. And it should be produced in actually the parliament. The bill for that should be brought in the parliament. And when you read Article 4, actually talks in detail about that yes, it should be passed by simple majority. इसके नीचे जो लिखा है, nothing in this article law aforementioned shall be deemed to be an amendment under Article 368. Now, this is very important. I have told you many times that when we talk about constitutional amendment, which article comes to our mind? That constitutional amendment is done by the parliament under Article 368. Yes. But whenever I have taught it, I have told you that this is not the only article. You can say 70-80%, in 70-80% cases, the constitutional amendment is done by Article 368. But not always. So constitutional amendment is also done by Article 3. Why? Because with the help of Article 3, or you can say Article 4 also together, with the help of Article 3, you can change first schedule by adding or subtracting the name of the states. And this is also considered as a constitutional amendment. So there are constitutional amendments which are done outside Article 368. Is it clear? Article 368 से भी amendment होता है 70-80% cases में, मैंने आपको rough idea दे दिया. But there are other articles also, other ways also where you can amend the constitution without the help of 368. Is it clear? I hope it is clear now. ठीक है? Yes. So yes, आपको पता होना चाहिए schedules में amendment होते हैं, because we had 8 schedules, now we are having 12 schedules. So earlier जो schedules थे उसमें भी बहुत सारे change किए गए हैं, है ना? जैसे आपने states का ही देखो ना, we are having like these two are now merged. So अगर आप अभी का देखोगे latest first schedule check करोगे, so now they will show being merged. ठीक है? So that is what you should be knowing about. I hope it is clear. I am trying to be as simple as possible. The next is second schedule of the Indian Constitution. Let's talk about that. So the second schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about what? Allocation of seats in Lok Sabha to states, allowances, privileges, emoluments of constitutional post holders, allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha to states, oath of important constitutional post holders. What is the right answer? Second schedule में क्या चीज की बात कही गई है? Yes, Riya Naik, Dharini, Devansh, Priyanshi Goel, you are right. The right answer is B. अब देखो इसमें लिखा अलाउंसेस, प्रिविलेजेस, एमोल्यूमेंट्स. अब बोलते हैं सर सैलरी लिख देते डायरेक्ट, लेकिन नहीं, इट इज नॉट ओनली सैलरी, इट्स बियॉन्ड दैट. अरे भाई, जैसे मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पोस्ट होल्डर है, जज ऑफ अ सुप्रीम कोर्ट, so they get car, they get a driver, they get bangla, they get salaries, pension, बहुत सारी चीज. इसीलिए इसको ऐसे लिखा था, अलाउंसेस, प्रिविलेजेस एंड एमोल्यूमेंट्स, इट इज बियॉन्ड सैलरी. ठीक है? नॉट ओनली सैलरी बट बियॉन्ड दैट, है ना? मतलब उससे ज्यादा है, वन स्टेप अहेड. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर. So you can see it here. ये ओरिजिनल मैं पुराना दिखा रहा हूँ. प्रेसिडेंट एंड गवर्नर्स को देखो, एक जमाने में 10,000 रुपए मिलता था पर मंथ, से मींस पर मंथ. सो गवर्नर को 5,500 रुपए, बट दिस इज नॉट द केस राइट नाउ, है ना? देखो आर्टिकल, देखो सेकंड शेड्यूल लिखा है यहाँ पे, देखो ये आर्टिकल्स लिखा है. सो दीज आर्टिकल्स को डिटेल एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए सेकंड शेड्यूल है ना? ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. द शेड्यूल्स आर देयर फॉर डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ एन आर्टिकल, है ना? So you can see it here. Currently we are having president की salary 5 लाख होती है, and governor की we are having 3.5 lakhs. ये पुराना है, डेटा नहीं याद रखना है, but I'm just giving an idea. सेकंड शेड्यूल में और भी आप देख सकते हो, प्रोविजन ऑफ स्पीकर, डिप्टी स्पीकर की सैलरी, डिप्टी चेयरमैन की सैलरी एटसेट्रा आर बीइंग मेंशन्ड. चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट, है ना? अभी करेंटली चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया की इतनी सैलरी है ना, 2.8 लाख पर मंथ, एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस की 2.5 लाख पर मंथ. ठीक है? देन सिमिलरली चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ हाई कोर्ट्स एंड जजेस ऑफ हाई कोर्ट्स की salary you can see. Similarly, अब देखो वही मैं बता रहा था, जैसे मैंने I've given an example that every judge of Supreme Court shall get official residence without payment. इन्हें आपको एक बंगला मिलेगा, उसके लिए आपको पे नहीं करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. So that is what you should be knowing. That is why we are talking about these things. तो इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना है, but you should have a basic idea about what is the schedules, the second schedule. तो इसमें क्या क्या है second schedules में? Salaries, allowances, privileges, emoluments of President of India, Governor of State, Speaker of Lok Sabha, Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Legislative Assembly, Speaker and Deputy Chairman of Legislative Council. ये स्टेट लेवल पर होता है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस, हाई कोर्ट जजेस एंड CAG, इन लोगों की सैलरीज मेंशन्ड है. सो द सैलरीज ऑफ दीस पीपल आर एक्चुअली मेंशन्ड इन दिस सेकंड शेड्यूल. ठीक है. सैलरीज मतलब नहीं, अलाउंसेस, प्रिविलेजेस एंड एम्पॉयमेंट्स इज मोर बेटर वर्ड टू बी यूज्ड बिकॉज इट इंक्लूड्स मोर देन सैलरी. ठीक है. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी knowing it. Now let's move on to the third schedule of the Indian Constitution. So when we are talking about third schedule, here's the question. The third schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about what? Allocation of seats in Lok Sabha to states, anti-defection law, allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha to states, oath of important constitution post holders. क्या कौन सा जवाब होगा? धरनी, हाँ, गुड क्वेश्चन. इसमें उतना ही का है. देयर आर अदर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पोस्ट होल्डर. जैसे अगर आप बोलोगे सर इसमें चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर का तो नहीं है, वो भी तो होते हैं. ठीक है. देयर आर मेनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पोस्ट होल्डर्स हुज सैलरीज आर नॉट मेंशन्ड हियर. ठीक है. तो इसीलिए दिस इज नॉट द इतनी ही लिस्ट है बस. ठीक है. Yes, the right answer is option D, oath of important constitution post holder. Again, I am writing not all constitution post holder. ये नहीं लिखा है. तो जितना उसमें लिखा है बस उतना ही याद रखना है ना. So oath of important constitution post holders. तो आप देख सकते हो जैसे यूनियन मिनिस्टर्स, ये लोगों का है ना. यूनियन मिनिस्टर्स, मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट, मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज, हाई कोर्ट जज, CAG है ना. कैंडिडेट्स हु आर फाइटिंग इलेक्शन, जो MP MLA का इलेक्शन लड़ रहे हैं उनके लिए भी. हाँ, टोल टैक्स के लिए इन लोग का भी है और एक्स्ट्रा सम अदर पीपल आर आल्सो देयर. यस देवांश, यू आर राइट. वो टोल जहां पे होता है ना उसके बगल में बोर्ड में पूरा लिखा होता है. यस यू आर राइट. हाँ. तो बेसिकली अगर आप देखोगे थर्ड शेड्यूल, देखो अब यहाँ आर्टिकल्स भी लिखा हुआ नीचे कि आर्टिकल का डिस्क्रिप्शन यहाँ है थर्ड शेड्यूल में. सो आई होप नाउ यू गॉट द आइडिया ऑफ व्हाई वी हैव शेड्यूल्स टू एक्सप्लेन इन डिटेल. अब जैसे यहाँ पे होंगे यूनियन मिनिस्टर्स का 75 में है ना, फिर 99, 124 सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस का यहाँ पर ओथ. तो लिखा होगा 124 क्लॉज 6 दैट अ सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज शुड टेक एन ओथ. 75 क्लॉज 4 मस्ट बी टॉकिंग अबाउट काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स टेकिंग ओथ. तब इसको एक्सप्लेन वहां पे करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा, हर जगह ओथ को एक्सप्लेन करो. सो दे हैव मेड अ सेपरेट शेड्यूल वेयर दे हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड द ओथ ऑफ ईच एंड एवरीवन. तो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल यूनियन मिनिस्टर जो होता है, मिनिस्टर के में एक चीज याद रखिएगा, सेक्रेसी होता है. कहीं पर लिखा होगा ओथ ऑफ सेक्रेसी है ना. ट्रू फेथ एंड एलिगेंस ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है ना, अपहोल्ड सॉवरेनिटी एटसेट्रा. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये मिनिस्टर्स के केस में होता है. That because why? Because ministers get some secret information. For example, if you are a home minister and you are a defense minister, you are an external affairs minister, I'm sure these ministers have some secret knowledge. Some क्या अच्छा खासा knowledge होती होगी. So that is why they take secrecy, oath of secrecy also, that they will not reveal those things to the public which are of national importance. ठीक है. So that is what you should know. Similarly, oath of affirmation for a candidate of election to parliament. If you are fighting a Lok Sabha MP election or a Rajya Sabha MP election, आप इलेक्शन के लिए बस लड़ रहे हो, अभी आप MP बने नहीं हो, तभी स्टिल यू हैव टू टेक द ओथ है ना. सो दैट है ना, फेथ एंड एलिगेंस ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड अपहोल्ड सॉवरेनिटी इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया है ना. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. देखो ये काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स के लिए, मतलब ये वाला हाउस ऑफ पीपल के लिए, लोकसभा MP के लिए, एंड दिस इज फॉर राज्यसभा MP है ना. दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. सिमिलरली दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द चीफ जस्टिस और अ जज ऑफ अ हाई कोर्ट और अ CAG. अगर आप उनके लिए ओथ ले रहे हो, सो इट इज टेकिंग be a true faith and elegance, uphold sovereignty integrity of India, I will duly and faithfully to the best of my knowledge perform the duties of my office without fear or favor. ठीक है ना. So because देखो ये वर्ड ना खास के जजेस के लिए मेंशन्ड है, without fear or favor. Why? Because we have to ensure that a judge of a supreme court or a high court should work without fear or favor. इनको कोई है ना, न्यूट्रलिटी ऑफ जजेस के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है ना. So that is what you should know. Okay. Yes. The next is oath of secrecy. मैंने बताया states में भी जो minister of state है ना, भी जो होते हैं minister of states, they also need oath of secrecy and upholding the sovereignty integrity of India है ना. Then we have candidates for election of a legislature. If you are fighting an MLA election at state level, MLC election, तो भी आपको ये करना होगा. You have to take the oath है ना. Legislative council के लिए also the same thing is there. ठीक है, मैं आपको एक आइडिया दे रहा हूँ, सबको रटना नहीं है कि लाइन बाय लाइन रटना नहीं, बट यू शुड हैव अ बेसिक आइडिया अबाउट इट. इफ यू आर अपॉइंटेड एज अ चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ अ हाई कोर्ट, अगेन विदाउट फियर और फेवर, ये वाली बात यहाँ है. कीवर्ड्स क्यों बता रहा हूँ, बिकॉज कभी कभी मैंने किसी एग्जाम में देखा से पूछते हैं, थोड़ा सा हाई लेवल एग्जाम है, बट यस एक आइडिया होना चाहिए. ओके, फियर और फेवर, विदाउट फियर और फेवर मस्ट बी टॉकिंग अबाउट जुडिशरी. और सीएजी को भी न्यूट्रल रहना होता है ना. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग. Now let's move on to the next one, the fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution. And when you're talking about the fourth schedule, what is the answer? Well, the fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about what? Allocation of seats in Lok Sabha to states, anti-defection law, allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha to states, oath of important constitutional post holder. What is the right answer? बताइए. Yes, Riya Naik, Devansh, you guys nuts, you all are right. The right answer is देखो ये होगा नहीं, तो we are already done. Allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha to states. तो राज्यसभा की कितनी सीट्स होती है टोटल? करेंटली वी आर हैविंग, हाउ मेनी सीट्स आर देयर? राज्यसभा में टोटल कितनी सीट्स है? एंड हाउ मेनी ऑफ देम आर नॉमिनेटेड? यस नंदिनी, यू आर आल्सो राइट, सी इज द राइट आंसर. प्लीज टेल मी अलोकेशन ऑफ सीट्स, कितने सीट्स हैं टोटल राज्यसभा में करेंटली? टोटल 250, करेंटली 245. यस नंबर, वेरी गुड. सो इट इज 233 प्लस 12 नॉमिनेटेड. And these are nominated by president under the category of art, science, literature, etc. आपको पता होगा. Yes, Namo, Dharini, Hari, you are right, है ना. 233 actually comes from states. ठीक है, तो आप देख सकते हो, जैसे मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल, तो आंध्र प्रदेश से 18 राज्यसभा एमपी चुन के आते हैं, असम से 7, बिहार से 16, ठीक है, झारखंड से ये. सो दिस इज एक्चुअली, और ये भी देखो आर्टिकल 4 और आर्टिकल 80. आर्टिकल 80 टॉक्स अबाउट राज्यसभा इन डिटेल. ठीक है, तो इसमें राज्यसभा के बारे में डिस्कशन है. एंड हियर दे हैव मेड अ सेपरेट फोर्थ शेड्यूल वेयर दे हैव डिटेल एक्सप्लेन्ड कि कौन से स्टेट से कहां कहां कौन कौन कितने कितने राज्यसभा एमपीज होंगे. ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट. ओके, तो आप देख लेना, इसको रटना नहीं है, बट एक जस्ट हैव एन आइडिया. 233 दिखा रहे हैं बिकॉज 12 आर एक्चुअली नॉमिनेटेड बाय प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. सो जैसे सिक्किम से एक आते हैं, मेघालय से एक आते हैं, त्रिपुरा से एक आते हैं, मणिपुर से एक आते हैं, दिल्ली से वी आर हैविंग 3 राज्यसभा एमपी. लोकसभा एमपी 7 है दिल्ली में और राज्यसभा एमपी 3 है ना. अच्छा एक चीज बता देना, लोकसभा का नहीं मेंशन है शेड्यूल्स में. इन ऑल द 12 शेड्यूल्स यू विल नॉट फाइंड लोकसभा, वो सेपरेट लॉ है रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपल्स एक्ट में, बट राज्यसभा का इट्स मेंशन इन फोर्थ शेड्यूल. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. ओके, आई होप इट्स क्लियर. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. द नेक्स्ट इज फिफ्थ शेड्यूल ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. द फिफ्थ शेड्यूल ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टॉक्स अबाउट व्हाट? Not RS. No, Dharini. It will affect Lok Sabha seats only. Maybe हो सकता है अगर they will bring changes तो हो सकता है, but directly it impacts generally Lok Sabha generally. हाँ. Prime Minister recommends to appoint. Yes, Devansh, you are right. Council of Ministers advice. Generally the term used is Council of Ministers advice President to nominate 12 members. But generally उसका मतलब Prime Minister ही होते हैं, है ना. Yes, the fifth schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about governance in tribal areas. Even sixth schedule also talks about it. ठीक है, fifth and sixth schedule both are related with tribal areas. ठीक है, so C is the right answer to this question. अब आप देखोगे जैसे when you read Article 244, Article 244 talks about administration of scheduled areas and tribal areas. ठीक है, अब इसमें देखो क्या लिखा, provision of fifth schedule shall apply. अब तो प्रोविजन फिफ्थ शेड्यूल में पूरा डिटेल बता दिया उन्होंने, बहुत लंबा चौड़ा है फिफ्थ शेड्यूल. इट्स क्वाइट लॉन्ग. इट टॉक्स अबाउट ट्राइब्स एडवाइजरी काउंसिल, द गवर्नर्स राइट, है ना. गवर्नर कैन एक्सटेंड सम लॉज टू, है ना, इन शेड्यूल एरियाज. इट कैन स्टॉप द पार्लियामेंट्री लॉ, इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ अ पार्लियामेंट्री लॉ इन दैट स्टेट. कुछ स्पेशल केस होता है. ठीक है, ये आप लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. जैसे शेड्यूल एरियाज इज डिक्लेयर्ड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट कि दिस एरिया इज शेड्यूल एरिया, एंड दैट इज व्हाई द फिफ्थ शेड्यूल और सिक्स्थ शेड्यूल इज इंपोज्ड इन दिस एरिया. ठीक है, सो मतलब एक तरह से ऑटोनॉमी मिल जाती है. So they get the local region get more power, the local bodies get more power to have actually self governance type thing. ठीक है, तो आप देख रहे हो, है ना. इसमें भी यही होता है, फिफ्थ शेड्यूल में भी. The amendment done is beyond Article 368. ठीक है, ये इतना just have an idea. Now when we are talking about sixth schedule, I have already told you that this is also schedule areas. This is also, sixth schedule is also for governance in tribal areas, है ना. So you have to tell me which of the following are not governed under sixth schedule currently. And please tell me out of fifth schedule and sixth schedule which gives more autonomy. ज्यादा autonomy कौन देता है, fifth schedule या sixth schedule? Yes, the right answer is option A. Very good, Namo. Ladakh mein there is a demand for sixth schedule. We have made a class for that. Yes, very good. Devansh, Priyanshi, Dharini, Yoyaz, Nat, Nandini, Namo, Priyanshi, all right. Sixth schedule give more autonomy. हाँ. So fifth schedule और sixth schedule में sixth schedule को बहुत ज्यादा autonomy देते हैं. यहाँ पे autonomous district council मतलब courts वगैरह भी local होता है, बहुत ज्यादा power होता है. ठीक है. So A is the right answer to this question. Okay, so basically sixth schedule A में Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. So these are actually under sixth schedule. This is what you should remember it. Okay. And we have done, this is an Indian Express article of last year, explain Ladakh article 371 and sixth schedule of the Indian Constitution. Okay. 371 वगैरह से मैं CT में question आया है. And we have made a separate class. If you want to know more about it, please watch this class. Just go on YouTube and search this Ladakh sixth schedule career launcher. You will get this video. And I hope you are aware of Mr. Sonam Wangchuk. And I think in his life, based on his life, there is a film Three Idiots made by Amir Khan many years back. So and he has been protesting and all. I think he walked from Ladakh to Delhi. So that was also in the news almost 5-6 months earlier. But yes, still it is relevant, and maybe this year also this question can be asked. So please go and read about sixth schedule and this. Okay, ये थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिएगा and make notes. Let's move on to the next one. That is the seventh schedule of the Indian Constitution. The next question is the seventh schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about what? Languages, three list, anti-defection law, anti-profiteering law. What is the right answer? Those who are watching, everyone please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Yes, the right answer is 3. Option B, three list. Yes, federalism भी कह सकते. Yes, हाँ. हाँ, बहुत सारे लोगों ने आंसर किया. Great, great. Many people have answered. And what are those three lists? है ना, यूनियन लिस्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट एंड कंकरेंट लिस्ट. अब देखो आर्टिकल 246 पढ़ोगे. सो ये बात करते हैं. आर्टिकल 246 टॉक्ड अबाउट इट कि पार्लियामेंट हैज एक्सक्लूसिव पावर, यानी ओनली पार्लियामेंट कैन मेक लॉज ऑन द मैटर ऑफ यूनियन लिस्ट. यानी लिस्ट 1 जो है यूनियन लिस्ट को कहते हैं. आर्टिकल 246 क्लॉज 2 क्या करे? पार्लियामेंट एंड स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर कैन मेक लॉज ऑन लिस्ट 3 यानी कंकरेंट लिस्ट. ठीक है. एंड क्लॉज 3 कह रहा है कि लिस्ट 2 में द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर कैन मेक लॉज ऑन लिस्ट 2, दैट इज द स्टेट लिस्ट. है ना, ये स्टेट लिस्ट है. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. है ना. और लास्ट में लिखा हुआ है रेसिडुअरी लिस्ट. तो इफ इट इज नॉट मेंशन एनीवेयर एल्स, है ना, पार्लियामेंट हैज पावर टू मेक लॉज. है ना. ठीक है. नाउ अब इसको एक्सप्लेन कहां करेंगे? 246 अब आप कोई बोलेगा कि कहां लिखा हुआ है, वेयर इट इज मेंशन द लिस्ट. सो बिकॉज लिस्ट रिक्वायर्स डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन and that is why it has been brought in the schedule. तो देखो अब कॉमन सेंस से भी कहोगे, देखो लिस्ट 1 यूनियन लिस्ट, डिफेंस, नेवल, मिलिट्री, ऑफ कोर्स ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास होगी, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के पास कैसे होगी? स्टेट में स्टेट गवर्नमेंट डज नॉट हैव एक्सक्लूसिव पावर. यस धरणी, यू आर राइट. देयर आर 5 occasions. Okay, I will tell you since you are asking it. There are 5 occasions where even in the state list the parliament can make laws. ठीक है. जैसे प्रेसिडेंट रूल होता है, नेशनल इमरजेंसी होता है. ठीक है. आर्टिकल 249 इज देयर. देयर आर 5 केसेस. ठीक है, जिसमें स्टेट लिस्ट में नेशनल पार्लियामेंट लॉ बना सकती है. इसलिए इसमें एक्सक्लूसिव आई थिंक नहीं लिखा है जनरली, बट उसमें एक्सेप्शंस भी होता है. लिखा ना, सब्जेक्ट टू क्लॉज 1 and 2 और बहुत सारे एक्सेप्शंस होते हैं. ठीक है. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. Okay, Arshnur, I have taken a class. I have discussed about Navika Sagar Parikrama in our class, but if it is required, I'll take. ठीक है. खैर, so we are talking about union list. यूनियन लिस्ट में आप कॉमन सेंस से बता दो कि डिफेंस, मिलिट्री, एयरफोर्स, है ना, डिलिमिटेशन, नेवल, आर्म्स, एटॉमिक एनर्जी, सीबीआई, दीज ऑल आर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंदर में आते हैं ना. डिप्लोमैट्स, यूनाइटेड नेशंस में डिस्कशन, वॉर, पीस, सिटीजनशिप, ऑल आर सेंट्रल लिस्ट. है ना, दीज ऑल आर इन सेंट्रल लिस्ट. स्टेट लिस्ट में क्या आता है? पब्लिक ऑर्डर, पुलिस, है ना, पुलिस, पब्लिक ऑर्डर, है ना, दीज आर प्रिजन्स, दीज ऑल आर इन स्टेट लिस्ट. पब्लिक हेल्थ, सैनिटेशन, पिलग्रिमेज, लिकर कंट्रोल, है ना, ब्यूरल ग्राउंड्स एटसेट्रा, दीज ऑल आर कम अंडर स्टेट लिस्ट. ठीक है. कॉमन सेंस से भी आप बता सकते हो बहुत हद तक. क्या कंकरेंट लिस्ट मींस जैसे मैरिज, डाइवोर्स, ये सब चीज में आता है ना. क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर, प्रिवेंटिव रीजंस, पब्लिक फिर मैरिज, डिवोर्स, है ना, एडॉप्शन, सेसेशन एटसेट्रा, ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स, दीज ऑल आर इन कंकरेंट लिस्ट. सब रटना नहीं, बट एक रफ आइडिया होना चाहिए, so that you can get an idea. Even if it comes in the examination, with the help of some common sense you can answer. ठीक है. This is what the idea is. So currently we are having union list में roughly around 100 subjects, state list में 61 and concurrent list में 52 subjects. Yes, Devansh, you are right. Concurrent list we have borrowed from Australia. तो borrowing features भी अगर कभी मौका मिलेगा, so we'll take a class on that. Borrowing features. ठीक है. Now let's move on to the next one, 8th schedule. So 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about what? Languages, 3 lists, anti-defection law, anti-profiteering law. ये तो आसान है. Hopefully you all can answer. Yes, Dharani, Riya, Namo, you all right. The right answer is languages. Please do not call it as national language, because there is no national language in India. Please do not call it as official language, because according to Article 343, we are having Hindi as official language and English is extended for temporary purpose. So these 22 languages are not official language. उसमें सिर्फ एक हिंदी मिलेगा, वो mentioned है, although, but please do not call these as official language. Technically, it is not correct. Although I have seen in many exams this question being mentioned. Question में लिखा होता है, उसको सही मान लेते हैं. I have seen it. But for your information, you should know 8 scheduled languages are not official languages. ठीक है? खैर, 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution talks are having 22 languages. Earlier we were having 14 languages. ठीक है? Originally 14 languages था, but now we are having 22 languages. है ना? So that is what you should know. So 14 languages were there, 3 more were added. है ना? ये पूछते हैं, देखो ये सारी लैंग्वेज, इसमें कुछ याद ऐसे रखना है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इंग्लिश इज नॉट देयर बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट एन इंडियन लैंग्वेज. 8th शेड्यूल में इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस आर देयर, इंडियन बॉर्न लैंग्वेज. ओके, तो कुछ कॉमन सेंस मैं बता दे रहा हूँ. जैसे या इंडियन ओरिजिनली फ्रॉम इंडिया, आसामी, बंगाली, गुजराती, हिंदी, ये तो आपको पता ही होगा. हिंदी होगा, कन्नड़ होगा, कश्मीरी होगा, कोंकणी, मलयालम फ्रॉम केरला, मणिपुरी, मराठी, नेपाली, उड़िया फ्रॉम ओडिशा, पंजाबी फ्रॉम पंजाब. संस्कृत इज ऑल्सो एन इंडियन बॉर्न लैंग्वेज. सिंधी, अब बोलेगा सिंधी, बट यस, Sindh is now in Pakistan, but yes, of course, even in the parts of Gujarat and regions in Indian subcontinent, so Sindhi is being spoken. So it is considered as an Indian language. Tamil, Telugu, Urdu is also an Indian language. Please do not think that this is an imported language. Arabic is an imported language, but Urdu is born in Uttar Pradesh in India. In India, you can say it's a mixture of languages, words from different languages. So this is also an Indian language. Bodo you'll find it in Assam. Santhali you'll find it in Jharkhand, Odisha region. Mathili is in Bihar region and Dogri is in Jammu Kashmir region. ठीक है? Dogri वगैरह, I think, हाँ. Yes, father of Amir Khusro. Yes, father of actually Qawwali. Yes, Devansh. हाँ. खैर, so we were talking about these. मैंने किसी एग्जाम में कुछ एग्जाम में देखा है, because I keep on seeing the previous year question of many exam, कि ये पूछते हुए कि कौन सा, जैसे 14 लैंग्वेजेस थे, लेटर ऑन इन 1967 21st अमेंडमेंट से सिंधी को ऐड किया गया. 71st अमेंडमेंट 1992 में कोंकणी, मणिपुरी, नेपाली वेर एडेड. कोंकणी कहाँ, गोवा वगैरह के रीजन में मिलेगा, कोंकण कोस्ट है ना, गोवा, महाराष्ट्र रीजन. 92nd अमेंडमेंट बोडो, डोगरी, संथाली एंड मैथिली वेर एडेड. एंड 2011 में ओडिया का नाम स्पेलिंग जस्ट चेंज कर दिया गया. सो समटाइम्स दे आस्क दिस एडिशन, which of the following was added by which amendment. I know slightly difficult है, but किसी एग्जाम में मैंने देखा है, rarely they ask sometimes. खैर, let's move on to the next one, the 9th schedule. 9th schedule में I'm not asking it, I'm just explaining it. This मैंने बोल दिया कि we are having originally 8 schedules. So 9, 10, 11 and 12 schedules were added later on. ठीक है? I hope it is clear. है ना? So 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. So 9th schedule was added by first amendment. 10th schedule was added by 52nd amendment, 11th schedule 73rd amendment and 12th schedule 74th amendment. ठीक है? So 9th schedule में आपको ये याद रखना है, this was added by first amendment. हाँ, land reform से related है. Yes, Damo, you're right. इसमें actually बस इतना याद रखना है कि this 9th schedule was brought to protect this from judicial review. But the original idea was that judiciary should not touch it. मतलब judiciary, it should not be challenged in a high court or a supreme court, and the supreme court and high court do not have the power to quash it or to declare it unconstitutional. That was the intention with which 9th schedule was brought, है ना? The main concept वही था, and to protect it from immune from judicial review. But the current status is that yes, they are partially immune. Means now they can be challenged in according to IR Coelho case. It's a very famous judgment. After that, like especially this came after Kesavananda Bharati case, that if these laws violate basic structure of the constitution, then of course it can be challenged in the Supreme Court, judiciary. तो इसको protect 9th schedule को originally protect किया गया था कि judiciary challenge नहीं किया जाए. But now the concept is that now they still can be challenged if they are violating, but only on one ground, and the ground is basic structure violation. If that is violated, then it can be challenged. ठीक है? तब इसमें इतना detail नहीं जाना है. Now we are having 10th schedule, which was brought by 52nd Constitutional Amendment 1985. during the Indira Gandhi time, during the Rajiv Gandhi time, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi time, and it is related with what? Anti-defection law. I'm sure you must be aware of that. तो देखो, अगर आप देखो 102 और 191 talks about 102 talks about disqualification of MPs, 191 talks about disqualification of MLAs. ठीक है, लोकसभा एमपी के डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन देखो, 102 talks about disqualification of MPs, and a member of parliament you can be disqualified for these grounds. लिखा हुआ है, if you are unsound mind, if you are in discharge, insolvent, or if you have holds any office of profit, not a citizen of India, disqualified by any parliamentary law. नीचे लिखा है, you can also be disqualified if you are disqualified under 10th schedule. ठीक है, तो ये इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन हो गया. Then 191, disqualification for membership of MLAs and legislative council. यानी MLAs के लिए member of legislative assembly and member of legislative council के लिए. Again same thing is there. And then नीचे में लिखा है, you can also be disqualified from being an MLA or MLC if you are disqualified under 10th schedule. Okay, तो अब देखो 10th schedule के बारे में डिटेल लिखा हुआ है. So what are the ground for defection? Anti defection law मतलब क्या है? For example, you actually join a political party A. You are given a ticket to fight an election. You become an MP. You won the election, became an MP, and after becoming an MP, you join political party B. In that case, you will lose the seat. This is called as anti-defection law, because defection means you are moving to other party after getting elected from that party. Okay, so इसीलिए उसको बंद करिए, because this is considered as unethical, and that is why the anti-defection law was brought to stop that and a horse trading and all. Sir, federalism borrowed from Canada, and federalism means union state currently survive. They were borrowed differently from this. Namo, actually, the idea is we have not taken things from one place only. Okay. So we have taken something from Australia, something from Canada, something from USA also. Okay, something from England, something from. So technically, देखो, जो आप पूछ रहे हो ना, ये कहते हैं federation with a strong center is actually taken from Canada. ठीक है, अच्छा ऐसे करते हैं, we will take a separate class for that. Borrowing features पर I will take a class. ठीक है, maybe next week मैं इसको notes में लिख लेता हूँ, so that the confusion will be cleared, है ना. Yes, Tarini, it's there. There is a provision, 10th schedule. There are some provisions. Independent candidate can be nominated. Independent candidate, I think they can, if they have not fought election from any political party, yes, they can join. But I need to check it. Some candidates join parties after winning. Okay. Independent candidates. Yes, you're right. So if an independent candidate fights an election and joins any political party, he or she will lose the seat. Yes, Dharini. Okay. Fine. Now let's talk about 11th and 12th schedule. And I hope you are aware, 11th schedule talks about Panchayati Raj institution, the list, है ना, and 12th schedule talks about urban local bodies, है ना. तो 11th schedule में देखो 243G इसका explanation है यहाँ. ठीक है, so 243G when you read, it talks about powers, authority and responsibility of पंचायत. ठीक है ना, इसमें लिखा है देखो, they are talking about 11th schedule. 11th schedule में लिस्ट क्या क्या है, तो ये सब पंचायत की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो सकती है, जैसे माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस, फिशरीज, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, है ना. So this is for panchayats, power of panchayats. But what is the problem? Rural electrification, non-conventional energy source, poverty elevation, education including primary, technical training, adult and non-formal education, libraries, cultural activities, markets and fair, health, sanitation, family welfare, roads, bridges, rural electrification. अब बोलो सब चीज तो है, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर, फ्यूल, रूरल हाउसिंग, खादी, विलेज इन कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री, स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज, ये सब एग्रीकल्चर, लैंड इंप्रूवमेंट, एवरीथिंग कैन बी गिवन टू द पंचायत्स. बट व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? प्रॉब्लम इज यहाँ पर लिखा है, सब्जेक्ट टू द प्रोविजन, लेजिस्लेचर ऑफ अ स्टेट मे बाय लॉ इंडो द पंचायत्स. यानी अगर स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर चाहे तो दे सकता है. दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. जिस तरह 3 लिस्ट में क्लियरली कट मेंशन्ड है कि ये इसको मिलेगा, ये इसको मिलेगा, इट इज नॉट द केस. The state legislature have to separately make a law and give these powers. Okay, you got it? And that is why it is considered as there are a lot of states where panchayats are quite weak. because maybe the state legislature have not given them powers. Because में क्या है कि state government को अपना power देना पड़ेगा ना. State government has to give their own power to the panchayats by making a law. The advices तो mentioned एक तरह से. These are mentioned here. Yes, but of course they have to make a law, and in many states they have not made that much law. Okay. Similar is the case with 12th schedule, which talks about 243W, and this is about urban local bodies and municipalities के लिए. And urban planning है, planning of land use, construction of building, economic development, roads and bridges, water supply, है ना, fire services, public health, urban forestry, है ना, weaker section of society, है ना, slum improvement, urban alleviation, ये सब देख सकते हो. Cattle pond, prevention of cruelty to animals, promotion of cultural, provision of urban amenities, है ना, so regulation of slaughterhouses, tanneries. इसके लिए 243W again it is saying subject to the provision of the constitution, legislature may by law endow, दे सकता है ना, municipalities with such powers and authority as may be necessary to enable them. हाँ ठीक है ना, तो ये बात है ना. तो मेन चीज यही है कि लेजिस्लेचर में बाय लॉ, अगर लेजिस्लेचर चाहे तब देगा. ये सब पहली लाइन है यही है. सो दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. इसलिए कहा भी जाता है कि like the municipalities and the panchayats do not have much power because no one develops the power. तो पावर जो होता है ना, ऐसी चीज होती है ना, कंसंट्रेट करती है. Nobody wants to give the power to someone else. अगर मेरे पास पावर है, मैं दूसरे को थोड़ी दूंगा. Like that is the general idea, है ना. So that is the problem. That generally speaking, but there are some states which have implemented. ठीक है, बहुत सारे states ने implement किया. I think states of Kerala and some states have implemented. You can read more about it. ठीक है, the implementation of these 11th and 12th schedule. मैंने बताया we have discussed that we had originally 8 schedules. 9th schedule was added by first amendment 1951. 10th schedule 1985, 52nd amendment, anti-defection law. 11th and 12th schedule 73rd and 74th amendment, है ना, which brought panchayats and urban local bodies. First आया था राजस्थान में. Yes, Namo, you're right. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to the channel, press the like button. Tomorrow we'll be discussing about important national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, है ना, which is also very, very important. So this is all about today's class. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.